What's up, everyone? This is Angelo coming at you with episode 232 of Spinning Thoughts. Our special guest is Action Adventure. This band rocks, and I'm kind of jealous because Dan Bowyer got to talk to the band before I did. He caught them at their show in Waterloo, Ontario on June the 25th. They were direct support for Like Pacific, label mates on Pure Noise Records. Talk about a lineup and just talk about two great bands, Like Pacific and Action Adventure. And spoiler alert, next week we have Like Pacific on the show. Dan got to talk to them as well. Action Adventure is going to dive into so much about how this band got started, which is really interesting. I didn't know a lot about this, and how Pure Noise Records found them and signed them, working on new music. I don't know if they've really talked about it before, but they mentioned something about a full length that is maybe coming soon. There's a lot to be excited about here in episode 232. If you like this kind of content, make sure you give it a like. Follow us on any kind of podcast platform that you're on. Subscribe on YouTube. You know the drill. These things really help us continue to just feel like we're doing the right stuff. A boost of serotonin is always appreciated. And yeah, we get that when you hit the like button and you subscribe. But in reality, it really helps just boost the content that we're creating to get to more people. And at the end of the day, in this indie DIY, pop punk, emo, metal, whatever scene that we're all in, it's never a bad thing to get in front of new people, diverse audiences, and to share hopefully some positive messages via music. So go ahead and do all those things. Our website is thespinningthoughts.com. We're on all social media at Spin Thoughts. I'm trying my best to do TikTok. And so follow us there. I'm almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. And for those of you who know, that means that once you hit the 1K mark, you can go live on TikTok. So I really want to do it. It's a milestone, and maybe it's embarrassing that I'm not there yet, but I'm trying my best here at Spinning Thoughts. We have premiere episodes every Thursday at midnight Eastern on Adobe Radio. So go do your thing. Go give this a boost and show it some love. Tell a friend who might want to listen to a music podcast and find their new favorite band. Before we dive into Dan's conversation with Action Adventure, I do want to mention that they just recently had not just their trailer, but their van and trailer were stolen. I think it was like just a few days before this tour with Like Pacific ended. And they powered through and still played some shows, I believe, to finish out the run with the help of the other bands on the tour, letting them borrow equipment and whatnot. I'm going to read this statement real quick. They have a GoFundMe, and I don't know how long the GoFundMe is going, but I'm going to leave the link in the description down below on Spotify and in the show notes or whatever the hell it's called. You're going to find the link down below. Just look down below after you hit the like button. And here's the statement that the band put out. On the last day of our tour, we awoke from our hotel in Michigan to find our van and trailer stolen. Unfortunately, all of our instruments, amps, merchandise, and personal belongings are unlikely to be recovered. After doing inventory, we have estimated total losses to be close to $50,000. This includes all of our guitars, amps, drums, merch sales, van, trailer, and other personal items. To say this is heartbreaking would be an understatement. Nevertheless, we're all glad we're safe and nobody was hurt. We're doing our best to keep our spirits up and high as we plan for our upcoming shows. Any donations would be greatly appreciated as we work our way to get back on our feet to do what we do best, play music for the people we love. Sincerely, Action Adventure. This is heartbreaking. This happens way too much with bands and them being on tour. And it's like, God, don't bands have it hard enough as it is, especially during, COVID and just, oh God, like I feel so bad. If you got any kind of money that you can share with Action Adventure to help them get back on their feet, the GoFundMe link will be listed down below. But I'll tell you something. Let's bring this full circle. If you don't have the money, that you could still help the band. Go and follow them on Twitter. Go and listen to their music. Go and share their music with other people. Those things help as well. Can result in a merch sale or just another loving fan in their awesome community. So I'm going to stop talking about all this so that we can dive into Dan's conversation with the amazing band, Action Adventure.
Hello, Dan Bowyer, Canadian contributor for Spinning Thoughts. And I'm here with Brompton and Blake from Action Adventure. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
What's up?
It's great to see you guys. Welcome to Canada. First shows here in Canada. What are your first impressions of the country?
Everybody's like really nice. I mean, like, I know that's kind of like the joke, like, oh, Canadians are so nice, but like, no, everybody's like legitimately really nice.
Yeah, all the good cliches are hitting, and it's a wonderful feeling.
So you've had like 7 people apologize to you already.
Everybody's been like holding doors, and we're not used to that. Like, people will like go out of their way, like they'll be walking out the door, and then they'll see that I might be coming into the door that they came out of and are already like 20 feet away from, and they'll go back and open the door and hold it for me. I'm like, yo, this is fantastic.
Welcome to Canada.
Yo, I was about to say, we've gotten that line so many times after like amazingly small, nice gestures. Are always like, "Welcome to Canada." I'm like, sick.
It's like the sickest flex.
It is.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
cool.
Nice. So you guys are from Chicago proper or suburbs? Chicago proper. Yeah. And so let's go all the way back. What is your first memory connected to music?
Oh wow. And like TRL back in the, we're kind of old, so like TRL back when MTV still played music, stuff like that, and just like seeing like bands like the Drive-Thru Records bands like New Found Glory and stuff, and like just kind of be like, wow, this is cool. I was probably in like 5th grade, 6th grade at the time, and like just kind of wanting to be part of that.
Don't worry about being old. I was in college.
Shit, okay. All right, damn.
Yeah.
And what's yours?
No, I mean same idea, especially for like punk rock, like growing up at that 2000s boom again with Drive-Thru Records. It's like I had an older sister who like always listened to that stuff. She had all the DVDs, and I have like all 3 Drive-Thru Record DVDs. We would like watch the music videos and just like really take in that whole scene, and it was super exciting.
Absolutely. That and that stuff endures, I think. I mean, maybe I'm biased, but like,
definitely, it still holds up.
Yeah, definitely.
It holds up.
Definitely.
I can 100% throw on like a Starting Line record and just be like,
yeah.
yep.
Dude, that's like a go-to in the van all the time, based on a true story.
Yeah, the list goes on.
So you get into music, and then action adventure comes about and forms. And tell me a little bit about that. How did the band come together?
So myself, Adrian, and Oren, we've been playing together for like 16 years probably now at this point. We were like sophomores in high school. Since we were like 16. Holy shit, that's weird. So half of our lives we spent playing in bands together. And I don't know, we were just kind of like, it was like all on and off and stuff. And then we were kind of just like, oh, let's try and start another project. So we, started getting together and writing stuff. And then we found our bassist Manny because Oren's wife is a friend of one of his friends. And so, we kind of just connected like that. We really hit it off, and Manny's awesome. And then we found Blake on Craigslist.
Yes, the Craigslist
Nice.
story. We always say it's funny because I was in and out of bands at the time because I'm from the suburbs, so I wasn't in Chicago at the time. And I responded to this ad on Craigslist simply titled 20-somethings looking for singer. Very vague ad, and I remember like Adrian was running the account. I remember like I sent him, hey man, here's like a track from my old band, here's all like my tour experience, my show experience, let me know what you think. And then Adrian goes, tight. Like 1-word email, just like tight. I'm like, all right, so I drive 45 minutes up, and they become my best friends 7 years later. And just talking about the Drive-Thru Records stuff, we kept connecting on like the littlest
Dude,
things.
it was so
and that's how
insane.
you know like the friendships are real. I'm like, you guys play Super Smash Bros. too? They're like, yeah.
Like, we just happened to be waiting for him to come do the audition. We were like in Oren's parents' basement playing like Melee. And he walks down, he's like, whoa, you guys play Smash? And we're like, yeah. And then we walk outside after fantastic audition. We walk outside, walk him out to his car, and he's got like a regular show magnet on his car. We're like, dude, you like regular show too? And he's like, you guys like regular show? And it was
Yeah.
just like immediate connection.
Holistic, yeah.
Yeah, things were lining up really good there.
Yeah.
Amazing. Actually, speaking of the Starting Line, you know that the Starting Line came together that way too, right?
Yeah, I remember like they
Yeah.
met Kenny when he was like super young, and they just hit him up online.
It's crazy.
Love
It's
those guys.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was back in the days of AOL Instant Messenger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good old aim away messages.
Heck yeah, many lyrics have been put up on mine. So.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too. Actually, in Canada, we used ICQ a bit more. I don't know if you
What does
remember
that
that
stand
one. It was like the letters I, C, and Q, like I seek
Oh.
you.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
that was
that.
kind of like the Canadian version of AOL.
Drop that in
or
the
like-
banter later.
Right.
Catch us on the
ICQ,
ICQ.
MSN
Yes,
Messenger.
yes. Ah!
Right. Yeah.
I have a whole bit at the end of our set where I go through, find us on the socials, and I list old ones like that. But
We're
ICQ will hit here, so I'll
That's
commit
good.
that to memory.
That's good.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Another great record.
So, what year does Action Adventure come together? So, this audition happens when is that?
2014, roughly, yeah.
2014. So, and then the next step in the life of the band is connecting with Pure Noise Records. And what year was that?
2020?
2020.
Yeah.
So-
Took us a long time.
Yeah, it took us a minute for sure.
So talk to me about those early days of the band, like anything preceding signing with Pure Noise. Was it just like the classic, like just hustle and like play anywhere, play to 4 kids and like a church basement or whatever?
Yeah.
It's still like that.
Like-
we'll play in your fucking backyard. I don't care.
It was the classic, like, get together, record an EP, and then play some shows, repeat. I will say it's always interesting for us because, like, in those 7 years, like, we always keep saying we're older, and, like, it's different, doing this when you're in high school versus, like, we all have full-time jobs, like, balancing, like, long-term relationships. It was a different kind of grind, I'd say, but, we've been doing it.
It's crazy because, like you said, we all oddly because of COVID, we all work remote now. So, like, we're still working in the van.
Yep.
Nice. So driving from city to city, and you're like,
One person's driving, and the other, like, 3 or 4 people are, like, whatever we do respectively,
Yeah.
like, on our laptops, like, working.
everybody else is working the 9 to 5 in the van.
Yep. We pretty much
Like,
joke like the
legitimately.
office is just the van
van
is
is
a
like our
driving
office,
office.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all have
No
laptops.
music, just like laptops for a couple hours.
Certainly makes having time to tour much easier, I would think.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's not like, I need time off. It's just, hey, I physically won't be here, but it doesn't matter because I don't see you in person anyway, so fuck off.
Yeah. So you hit the grind in 2014, and for 6 years you're an independent band, and then Pure Noise Records come along. Talk to me about how that relationship unfolded.
Barricades, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much barricades.
Yeah, so we, after a string of EPs and doing the classic band stuff, and of course, we experienced everything in those 6 years, like bands breaking down, super tumultuous EP releases, like just the cream of the creme. But, yeah, so for Barricades on our next EP, we had this idea that we can make a quick 1-minute song that, like, is an elevator pitch that encapsulates what we mean lyrically, musically, and just kind of packages it up in an awesome, tidy way visually as well. So we created that, and the craziest part is that it was like just for YouTube and, like, Instagram quick video. Then Brompton last minute was like, what if we put it on TikTok?
Yeah, I didn't even actually tell anybody. I was, like, sitting at home with my girlfriend, and she was like, "Oh, just put it on TikTok." And our friend Chris, Kodak Chris, he was like, "Dude, your video is awesome. You guys should also put it on TikTok." I was like, "Damn, my girlfriend just said that too. Let me see what this is about." I'd never been on TikTok. We didn't have, like, an account.
We
or
never
anything.
know. None of us were even into it at all.
Yeah, we were just kind of like, okay, sure. As old guys, we were just kind of like, well, I don't know what this is, but I guess kids like it, so we're going to try it. Threw it up on TikTok. Just no links to who we were as a band, no anything. It was really not the best execution of an idea at all. And then, here we are 1.4 million views later, and it's just like, how did this even happen?
So Pure Noise sees the TikTok.
They saw,
and gets
they
in
saw
touch
the
with you.
TikTok, yeah. They saw the TikTok and got in touch with our representation, like our manager and stuff, and then we sent them the poser video, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got it. Let's go."
Nice. And so, just out of interest, Kodak Chris, is that the same guy from the Fall Out Boy song? The like, hey
Oh
Chris?
no, that would be sick though.
That would be awesome. But
I just with like Chicago.
No, I feel ya. There's so much Chicago Easter eggs and a lot of things. But Kodak Chris is actually a really talented photographer from Chicago. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right. So basically, Action Adventure can thank TikTok for their signing in a kind of roundabout way.
we don't even. It's not even roundabout. Yeah, it was just TikTok. It was TikTok.
See, that's how I know I'm getting old. Is like I have TikTok, but it's like, you know, 3 people follow me or whatever,
So
and
here's the thing.
I look at it like once every 2 weeks maybe.
Like now I'm addicted to TikTok. This is terrible. Like I thank TikTok for, you know, helping boost our career and everything, but I also hate it because like it's taken over my life. It's terrible. I definitely spend way too much time every day on TikTok.
We've certainly seen the evolution of the way music marketing, band marketing happens, because I feel like all my bands have TikTok accounts now. Am I wrong or no?
Bro, I can like write an essay on the whole thing. Yeah, it's the new
it's-
thing. It's, I think, for better and for worse. So
It's cool because like it gives you a platform where it's like you can make a little short video, or you can, you know, post your music, or you can, you know, we pride ourselves on being a pretty personable band. So like sometimes like, you know, it can just be like, here's this video of us finding the best cheesesteaks in Philly or something, you know? Like these are things that we would do that
Anyway.
that we would do anyway. And then, you know, it's like, oh, okay, people care and they kind of want to see this. Cool. So, you know, it gives us a platform to do that. But then also it forces you to be a content creator in that source as well. So, you know, sometimes it is a little bit odd because like, well, I want to spend time writing music, but I also have to spend time thinking about what kind of interesting content can I come up with.
I hate it.
That's the drawback then.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The hill I'm always willing to die on, and I'll always say that what I like about Barricades blowing up on TikTok, it was just a music video.
Yes.
It wasn't like a traditional dance or
Yeah.
some meme thing. It was just a music video.
Which was nice because it was like, okay, so we did it, air quotes, normal
Yeah.
way. Like it was the music.
Yeah.
But it was just a different platform that just
Yeah.
kind of, you know,
I
got
always
it to
like
more
to
people.
hammer that point in.
But it wasn't like, you know, us doing like crazy
Yeah,
dances
it
or,
wasn't
you know, trends or
intended,
whatever.
because like now, like you said, now when bands make TikToks, it's like they make it for TikTok. I
Right.
feel.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I always think it's for better for worse.
Right, fair enough. No, that's totally fair. And I think you guys can be proud of the fact that it was your music that just happened to be on that platform, and that's what did it for you guys. Yeah. And so you referenced Barricades, and I just want to talk about Barricades briefly, because for me at least, it was, I believe it was my single of the year, like in 2020 maybe, and if it wasn't, it was up there, right? And the thing I love about that song is that it is so, like, it's a minute long, and yet it is just such a powerful song, and an important song. And, you know, I mean, for my I can only speak for myself, but you know, it's not uncommon for me to witness people who just have like no sense of their privilege, you know. And I think I think Barricades addresses that. So the question is, has Barricades accomplished what you were hoping it would, and how's the reception been on that song?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reception has been great. Like, we always have people coming up to us at shows, or, you know, DMing us, like, randomly, we'll just, like, even almost, it'll be 2 years this year, in October. Years later, people DM us, like, I just found your song, and I just, you know, as, like, a person of color who's into this music, and, like, it really means a lot to me that I'm not the only one, and that I'm not going through this alone. And I'm like, hell yeah, I've been going through this shit, you know, since I was in high school, going to shows, you know, going to like punk and metal shows and stuff, and being like one of the 6 black people in a 1,200 cap room. You know what I mean? And so it's really eye-opening that I thought, just like them, that it was kind of like it was just a me thing. Well, me and Adrian, because Adrian was with me most of this time. We were like the 2 of 6. But you know, it's nice that, you know, we're able to provide something that I always wish that I had for other people.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Does the fact that you're with Pure Noise now change things for the band? And I'm just asking this question based on, you know, what I've seen over the years. Like, as you were answering the last question, what I was thinking was, like, for me, it's like I'm the only dude in his 40s who's still doing this stuff, you know? And so whenever I find...
You give me hope, though. I want to be like that.
Heck yeah.
In 8 years.
That's what people are saying. So I you know, maybe I can bring some hope to people in that respect. But yeah, does being on Pure Noise, does it change things? Does it amp up the pressure? Because like I say, I've seen some bands over the years, over those like 2 decades plus that I've been doing this, where, you know, a band is doing their thing, they're independent, they're pouring their heart and soul into it, right? And then it's like, sign the dotted line, and like, ooh, pressure's on.
Yeah, it's like both. It's, yes, there's more pressure. It's also like a new game. I always tell people it's like we're on a taller ladder, but we're at the bottom. You know what I mean? That's what I always say.
It's definitely like, okay, cool. So now if I fail, it's just a bigger failure.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, that's just the typical crippling self-doubt of a musician talking. But it is great. Like, the label is awesome. They're like super supportive. And, like, you know, we can pretty much go to them and be like, hey, we have this cool idea. We want to do this. And they're like, no, that's awesome. Yeah, let's do it. And so, like, it gives us an outlet that, you know, there are things that without them we wouldn't have been able to do. Like, we just recorded a full-length album in October that will hopefully be out. We don't really know when, so I'm not even going to say when. But it's done. Yeah. It is done. But we couldn't afford a full-length before, you know? Like, there's 10 songs now. We could do, like, 4 at a time. 5 at a time. We Pulling Focus was actually recorded in 2 separate occasions because we had to like get money for the recording and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's just one of those things where it's awesome that this allows us the outlet to do those things, and we couldn't be more grateful for like them believing in us and supporting us and letting us do this thing that's essentially a pipe dream that, you know, never in my when I was in high school, I was like, yeah, you know, when I'm 32, I'll be in Canada in front of a Tim Hortons doing an interview about to professionally play a show with a band that I genuinely am a fan of, like Pacific and Rarity.
Absolutely.
You know? So it's like, it's just crazy. It's insane, and it's awesome to have this opportunity. Not to mention, we're label mates with like Pacific. So
True.
that's crazy too. And Census Fail and 4 Years Strong and Hawthorne Heights and like all these bands that like I listened to. Me and Adrian and Oren started the 3 of us playing music together as a Census Fail cover band 16 years ago.
Right.
So to be label mates with them is absolutely insane. There's no way that I ever would have thought like, yeah, we're gonna, you know, I mean, we're not anywhere near that level, but like, you know, be able to be like, hey, I could see you over there. You know?
No, absolutely. Like, that was my next, that was kind of where I was going to go next, is that you're actually on the same label with bands that you probably came up on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which has got to be a crazy feeling.
It's an insane
100%.
feeling.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just nuts.
And what I'm hearing about your signing with Pure Noise is that, so things are on a bigger level, you know, bigger ladder, as you mentioned, and but I'm hearing that there are also more supports. So there's more pressure, perhaps expectations, but then you're also afforded the support to be able to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, they definitely. We're
precisely it.
definitely not set up to fail. It's nice that they, they give us the resources and they support our decisions and, help us make informed decisions and stuff like that. So it's great. It's awesome.
Nice. And I always like to, if I can, touch on a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff that the average fan might not even think of. When they come, like, there'll be a bunch of people that come to this show tonight and they're like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, like, Pacific band, and those other bands were good, right? Like, that's going to be a thing, right? As you know, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And, like, those people aren't, I don't think, thinking about all the logistics that go with, doing this professionally. So, just as an example, like this tour, right? This run is what, 2 or 3 weeks?
It's like 2.5 weeks, yeah.
Right. So how does that start from beginning to end? From the first moment of like, oh, we could do like a 2.5 week run with Like Pacific. Like, how does that happen?
But so this particular one is weird because I just started shit posting on Twitter, like, I want to be Like Pacific's friend. And so just from the band account, we just started interacting with them. And then we just became internet friends. And then they asked our booking agents if we wanted to do this run. And then our manager texted us. She's like, you guys want to do this? And we're like, yeah, absolutely. And then we started all the planning and the logistics and all that.
Of course, stuff. Yeah. And the funny thing is that, like, those dudes have played basements around here for years and years and years, and now they're, like, blowing up. So I'm going to put a short plug in for the scene in Southern Ontario, actually all of Ontario, right? I think we can really stack up against, like, pretty much any scene in North America.
That's what's
Hell
up.
yeah.
I'm pumped. It's going to be a great show then.
Absolutely.
Got my expectations up.
So yeah, again, welcome to Canada. Really hope that you guys enjoy your time here. Thank you for taking some time here with Spinning Thoughts. And just as we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to add?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much thanks for listening and giving us your time, and first interview here, and hope to do many more for sure, and more Canada dates because we love Tim Hortons.
Yeah. That iced cap is like one of the best frozen coffee drinks I've had like ever.
Yeah.
I had 2 of them today.
Yeah.
2 separate times we stopped.
We're obsessed.
Enjoy them.
Yeah, because we don't have that shit.
Get the
so
plug.
We
Get
got
the
we got to
plug.
get it now. Tim Hortons, if you want to sponsor us,
We out
hit
here.
us up. We out here for sure.
There is one on, like, every corner in Canada.
That's
so
the
there
funny
you go.
part.
It's
Everyone's
like
oh.
Dunkin' back home,
Yeah.
but like.
Oh yeah, this is the Canadian version of Dunkin', absolutely.
But
Like,
like
it
your
slaps.
food is like better here because like there's like less sugar, and like you guys use real sugar, not high fructose corn syrup and everything. Like your McDonald's doesn't make us feel like shit after we eat it. So
Right?
It's been a blast here. We want to come back for sure.
Awesome. Well, we hope that you do. And thank you again. You can catch Action Adventure on tour with Like Pacific through the second week of July. And until next time, we will share music and spread love.
Once again, I want to thank Action Adventure for being our guests here on episode 232 of Spinning Thoughts. As I mentioned in the intro, the band just had their van and trailer stolen while they were on tour with Like Pacific. I believe it was in Detroit. There is a GoFundMe link down below. If you can spare some money, go and help out Action Adventure. But the least that you can do, and the best thing maybe that you can do besides helping them out with the GoFundMe, is to follow them on social media, to listen to their music, and to find a friend that you really appreciate and just give them the love and the gift of music. Tell them about Action Adventure, and you will be helping everybody involved. While you're doing all that, make sure you follow us on all social media at Spin Thoughts. Our website is thespinningthoughts.com, and we have premiere episodes every Thursday at midnight Eastern on iDoby Radio. Don't forget to subscribe on Spotify, YouTube. Leave a like, leave a comment, all those things help us. Let's just do this. We give you music, you give us serotonin, and we'll be back again same time, same place next week. Until then, make sure you share music, spread love.
Stuck in the same place again.